Hi, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Books and Beaches. So today is going to be a little bit of a different one. And this probably was a video I never thought I would film. But I think my quote of this video will be, do it for the sake of the book club. And so I figured if I'm going to read this book, I might as well document it. So I'm going to document my journey as a thriller reader reading Fourth Wing. So this is my in-person book club's pick for February. I received this copy as we did December gift exchange. And this was the book I ended up with. So I have the physical copy. I also have the audiobook available on Everand. So I'm gonna kind of do both because I heard it is really nice to get the pronunciation of the characters and I think some of the setting and things like that in here. So I'm gonna start this weekend. Our book club is actually next Thursday. And I wanted to read it a little bit closer to book club, just so I had a lot of the details and stuff in my head. Now, I know a lot of my book club members have already read this and finished it and loved it. I am a slightly different reader than many of my book club members. I tend to stray towards, dare I say, the dark side of things, or to quote Audrey, since I just finished my Read Like Audrey book, dark and messed up people doing dark and messed up things. But I did promise I would give this one a chance and not just not read it at all. So, but like I said, I figured I would document my journey along the way. So my goal is to try to finish it this weekend. I don't know if that's going to happen because I also need to finish another book this weekend for a book club that I'm part of on Monday. They all land on the same week for some reason, but I'm going to try to get as far as I can in Fourth Wing, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So let's see if this thriller reader can actually enjoy this hefty, chunky fantasy book. All right, so I am 170 pages into Fourth Wing, and I have to admit, I like it, and I didn't expect that. I think it definitely has to do with the audiobook. I am enjoying the audiobook narrator. I think the voice is very fitting for what should be a younger college student age, so that definitely helps. I would never get half of these names on my own, so that helps too. But I am enjoying this story, which I am shocked. So as primarily a thriller reader and not a fantasy reader, I am, yeah. I may have texted my friend Nicole today and said, okay, maybe you're right. But yeah, maybe I would call that a third of the way through the book. I guess, I don't even know. I could look at what the audiobook says. I haven't even, okay, it is. It's actually 33% of the way through. So yeah, exactly a third. So, and apparently, according to my friend Nicole, she said this was the boring part of the book. I just met the dragons, so that's kind of exciting. And yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where we're going. So I have to finish this by Thursday, and I have, only 300 and some odd pages to read, but that's fine. I can do it. It's 6 odd hours in the audiobook listening at 2 times the speed, which is what I normally do. But I can do it. I've got this. Because like I said, I am enjoying it. So, yeah, so we shall see. Now I've heard things about the end of this book that get a little like romancy smutty, so we shall see how I like that. But I can understand the hype so far, and I do. I just think it's like a good story so far. But I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Like, I did like Game of Thrones. I like Harry Potter, so it's not like I'm a complete like anti-fantasy person. I just haven't read it in a really long time. So yeah, we're just gonna see where we go. But so far this thriller reader is enjoying her time in this hyped fantasy book. So we'll see. All right, so at this point I am, I think, 74% of the way through Fourth Wing. So, and like I said, I've been listening to the audiobook and I like the audiobook a lot. And the only reason I wanted to stop and record this update is because I have actually been like laughing out loud at the character of the dragon. And of course, I'm not going to pronounce his name right, so I'm not even gonna try, but I'll put it here on the screen. But I even texted my friend Nicole this morning and I was like, can my favorite character in this book be the dragon? Because he is so sarcastic and snarky and just like funny. So, and I literally find myself like laughing out loud. I was listening to it this morning when I was getting ready for work, and I just find myself like bursting out laughing because I find it hilarious. So I had to come on and update that. So like I said, I'm 74% of the way through. I am enjoying my reading experience. Now, I have heard things about the ending of this book when it comes to the level of romance that might be at the end. I am not sure if that's true or not, so we shall see, because that could, I don't want to say make or break this book for me, but it could influence my feelings about this book and where I'm going to rate it. I still think I'm going to enjoy it, but it could influence my rating on it, because let's just face it, I'm not like a huge romance reader or a smut reader by any means. And I've heard like rumblings of that, but from everyone that I've talked to who have not like spoiled anything for me, but they said like expect big things at the end, expect a lot of stuff to happen. And I think most people, even in the reviews that I saw, said like, I put down the book afterwards and was like, what? Now I want more. So I know big things are coming. So I have like 26% of the book to finish yet. Book club is tomorrow. I know I'm gonna finish it. Like I have no doubts that I will finish it before book club tomorrow. So, and I am hoping to take you along for at least a little bit of book club, and give you some clips there, because we are actually, instead of just going out to dinner like we normally do and having some conversations, we are going to, I think it's called Fire Escape in our town, which is like, they have like pottery, and I think you can make your own signs and all of this different stuff. And so I think someone joked like, oh, we should all paint dragons. But yeah, so I don't even know like what I'll end up like painting or glazing or decorating. I haven't done a lot of art stuff in years, even though I really enjoyed art when I was in high school. So yeah, we will see what we get up to there. But yeah, so hopefully I can take you along and maybe grab some clips of our conversation if nobody in my book club minds, but we shall see. I don't want to like step on anybody's toes there, but yeah, so we're nearing the end. But I have to say, I've said it before in this vlog and I'll say it again, I am still quite surprised at how I'm feeling about this. So here we go, let's finish Fourth Wing. All right, so I am just about to get ready to head out the door to book club, but we gotta talk about it. So I finished this last night, but it was late and there was no way I was getting on camera to film. So I have finished Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And guys, it's unbelievable, but I liked it. I'm like speechless. I certainly am surprised. I did not expect to like this as much as I did, because I haven't read like a full-on fantasy novel in such a long time. I've been in like my thriller, horror, somewhat contemporary romance, definitely historical fiction, like grew for so long that I've strayed away from fantasy. But I will say, if I'm gonna read fantasy, I guess this is the way I want it to be done. This or like Harry Potter, which I've probably said numerous times in this vlog. So, and I think I need to not necessarily correct myself, but I know I've said a couple times in the last couple clips that I was super worried about how much like romance or smut was going to be in the last couple parts of this book. And I'm not sure like what rumblings I had heard. And it was probably because people were trying not to spoil things. And for me, from what I took, there's only really 2 big scenes of that in, like, let's say the last third of the book. And so it wasn't too bad for me. It's more descriptive than I prefer. And I don't know what that says about me. More so, I was actually texting my cousin and I said, I think I just prefer a little bit less descriptive in my types of scenes like those. And I think in some cases, I don't know if it was completely necessary. I mean, but anyways, I don't want to go into too much detail because I think I'll get like spoilery, but the ending is so good. There were things that had me in tears. There were things that left me shocked up until the last page. So yeah, I am still struggling with what my rating is going to be, because this book did pull out more reactions from me than probably some of the other books that I've already read in 2024. So I have to give it credit for that. So I am debating right now between like a 4.5 and a 5 star, which just like shocks me to say. And more so that 4.5 just because I didn't think some of those scenes needed to be in there. But I think I'm gonna kind of still, I've been letting my mind all day while I was at work today kind of, meld around these thoughts. But I'm gonna go to book club tonight and just kind of, listen to this discussion and really let my thoughts solidify. I have not put my rating in Goodreads yet. I put that I finished the book, but I kind of said like rating and review like coming, just because I wanted to like sit on that for a minute. Plus I was just like all up in my feels last night. So I don't know, we'll see. But I am hoping to get some clips at my book club tonight. So if I do have those, I'll be putting them in here. Otherwise, if not, I want to make sure I include an outro in this video. So if you have read Fourth Wing and you want to chat about it, I don't want to leave any spoilers in the comments for anybody that hasn't read it yet. So feel free to email me. My email is always in my YouTube profile, but I will make sure to put it in the description box below as well, because I would love to chat about it. And let me know maybe in the comments if you think I should, obviously continue and read Iron Flame. And let me know any other thoughts or any other fantasy books that you think, okay, now that I have read this one, other ones that I should definitely pick up. And and keep on my fantasy train. So, as always, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.